Free Eagles Nation. Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
We in here.
it. Eagles Nation, Eagles Nation. Once again, welcome to Broad Street and
Yeah.
welcome to episode 33 of the 43 of the Birds of Broad Street. Listen, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to bring you guys in. We're going to hear your thoughts on this OTA workout. We're going to talk about Shane Steichen. We're going to talk about A.J. Brown and his confidence at Devontae Smith and the connection and the brotherhood of this team that we're feeling over here on Broad Street. I am the host of the most, the man of the hour, your boy Missy Miss Poopcat Khan, and you two representing the Blazers. Yes, sir. We got Trigger in the building. Want to have a Birds of the Line, the aftermath, OTR1 Trigger Trey Rizak.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. The owner of Bird Game Nation Sports Media, the man of 1,000 shows. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to Mrs. Bird Game. Subscribe to Bird Game Nation Sports Media. Jalen freaking Hurts, #1 fan, BG31.
Jalen freaking Hurts.
I didn't even have to say it. He said it with me. And back with the OG screen.
Hey.
Oh, my God. No, again. Warm it up, yo.
Yeah. Warm this thing up, gang. Listen, you know what time it is. You know you know who you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Hey, Notion gang, salute. You already know. Let's check the phone camera quick. Hold on. Hey, Lambo, check. Hey, hold on. Ring, check. Y'all know we are the winner gang. If y'all new to this ride, to my brother's channel, y'all already know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Because y'all know how we rocking. My brothers. Hey, it's a good day to be back on Broad Street. Y'all already know. I see we got everybody up in the chat. Rock the artist. My guy Ethan in the building. I see y'all. Ice Cold Will. Hey, listen, we about to great talk about it. Like my boy said, we seen some clarity on this team. We finally know who calling the plays, who's behind the curtains. So I'm ready to have some fun, my fellas. Let's go and get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today we're talking about OTA reaction. We're just going to talk about what happened in OTAs. We're not going to react to it because it's just practice, not a game practice. We're going to talk about Shane Steichen, A.J. Brown, the connection of this team. We're going to watch some clips from OTAs, just watching, reacting. And then we're going to hear from you guys because this is OTA reaction call-in. So we will hear from you guys, man. Sit your bird bleep down somewhere. And you're on Broad Street.
Hey, ready. You know where y'all going to be at this year in the division. Hey, y'all already know. 3rd place. Get ready for y'all seating.
Exactly, man. Listen, and by the way, salute the Bird Gang, Trigger, and Notion Gang, live and lit. Bird Brain, watch all the shows. I'm still waiting for my invitation, fellas. But salute to you guys on the shows.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get you on there for sure, cool cat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You know you got the open pass, brother.
Right?
Guys, I'm waiting. I'm live and lit. Bird Brain. I watch that show all the time. So salute to my brothers, man, on Bird Game Nation Sports Media. So let's talk about it. #1, Shane Steichen. will be calling plays this season like he did last year. What's up, BG?
I was gonna say before we jump into this, I want to really get your opinion on this whole Deshaun Jackson, Donovan McNabb scenario.
I was
I
Yeah,
think
just about
well,
to
let's
bring
talk
that up.
about
I
it.
think it's
'Cause-
a hot
I
topic,
was just watching. I watched the whole interview not even 5 minutes ago.
right?
well, let's hear your reaction. BG, you first. Since you talked about it, you first.
Hey man, I was just shocked, really, for real, for real. I didn't think that McNabb did that, and that makes me feel some type of way about him. The fact that you can go to D-Jacks like that, you needed weapons and you finally had one, and it's like, now you're gone. You're like, you don't think he deserved to be Pro Bowler at two different positions, be the first guy ever to do it. I was kind of shocked about that, and y'all already know I've been a hater on McNabb in terms of that whole Super Bowl thing. I think it was a freaking Chunky Campbell suit thing for McNabb. He chose money over the win, but yeah, that knowing that and hearing that, how he charged his players to come to his little parties and whatnot. Come on now, like yeah, I wasn't too
Yeah,
happy about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
Notion, your thoughts?
I'm gonna make my response quick. I mean, I'm not shocked. I mean, honestly, like looking at McNabb and just how his careers went down. I mean, this man was having problems with To, in the locker room, all of that stuff. All that stuff was transparent. We saw how he just again McNabb. If it don't benefit McNabb, pretty much it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So honestly, it doesn't shock me. I mean, Deshaun Jackson, we know. Listen, he gonna air it out. He is not no stranger to letting people know about how he feels and the things that actually went down. So again, I'm not shocked by McNabb. I know what I guess he's charging people to come to parties. Apparently, what else was it? He's what else he do with Deshaun? I think he what was the
He said
report
he
he did?
wasn't. He don't think he
He
deserved to
stopped
be.
throwing them the football because he didn't want him to. He
Oh yeah, that's
basically
right.
ain't want
Because
him
he
to
ain't
get them
want to be in
incentives.
two. I guess what was it like being a Pro Bowl for two recognitions or something?
Yeah,
Listen, if
Freddie's
that
the
ain't
first
the
guy
most
ever to do that.
hateristic, if that ain't the most hateristic approach I done heard, I don't know what is. So again, I'm not shocked. Just looking at how McNabb's just his attitude, how he went about things. That's McNabb for you right there. That's why he ain't got a ring. So it is what it is. He's sitting ringless.
Right.
Exactly. Trigger?
It just give you a little bit more, clarity on the To thing. I mean, everybody looked at To. I didn't like his approach to how he handled it. But if you're starting quarterback really hating on you like that, who gonna want to play with this dude? Like it's just disrespect. Like he worked like Deshaun Jackson went out there. He balled out his second. That was his second season in the league. I think that was his first 1,000-yard season. So
Yeah.
he went out there. He killed it. He had like 4 punt returns that year. All that he killed it. Like he did his thing. And for you to go to another teammate and be like, "Well, I don't feel like he deserved that." What?
That's a
Like, I
hater
would
move.
Maybe a
never.
bit salty.
That
Could
ain't
we
even his
trade him?
lane. Like what?
I'll never catch a football from you ever again. Trade me. Get me out of here. You gonna trade him or you gonna trade me? But one of us going. And it really give you a little bit more clarity on the To thing. Like To he overreacted somewhat, but a lot of the stuff he did was valid. And for LaShawn McCoy to vouch for everything Deshaun Jackson said, it was true. It's like McNabb was just plain straight hating on
Yeah,
dudes.
it was
And
right there.
if us,
Yeah.
and it make it for all them years that we was saying, oh, we ain't getting McNabb no help. Maybe nobody wanted to play with that dude because they knew how he was. You never know. It just gives you a lot more clarity on stuff. I mean, just you can look at McNabb in his interviews and stuff. Even now, you can tell he's really like a hater. So, I mean, it ain't really a big shock, but it really gives you more clarity on what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles when he was there.
Exactly. When I heard it, I was shocked, man, because that's crazy. Donovan McNabb doing all that. It's like, man, that's crazy. But that's go ahead,
Anytime
no.
McNabb got a platform, I mean, he's going to use it to speak how he feels. I mean, I got to give him, credit for going out on a limb. Listen, and I didn't believe it at the time, but this man came out there and said, pretty much what? I don't think he believed in Carson Wentz when he was here. I mean, he publicly came out and said that. I mean, we see what it is now with Carson. He up out of here. So something McNabb says, you know, I mean, you got to take it for what it is. But just the way he goes about things, again, I got my true image of McNabb in that Super Bowl when my man was throwing up, you know, at halftime, whatever quarter was it, halftime? I forgot when it was. My man was out there puking, couldn't go through the game. Listen, just the selfish attitude he had towards T.O., I'm not shocked he was treating the rest of the team like that. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's McNabb for you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, man. Man. But it is what it is. He ain't here no more, so it is what it is. So that was the past guy. Let's talk about the future guys. OTA workouts. Let's start off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was the fourth quarterback.
Trash.
Let's see. Awesomeness Sports said Eagles still suck and enjoy your one Super Bowl. Don't worry, Awesomeness. Awesomeness, don't worry. In a few minutes, you will say your piece in a few minutes when I sing y'all the link. Okay? We just talked about A.J. Brown, Shane Stockton, and the bond of this team. So you will have your link in a few minutes. So let's talk about Shane Stockton before we talk about A.J. Brown and everything OTA workout. But what's your thoughts on him calling the plays this season, Notion?
Well, it's good to finally get some clarity, right? Because that makes me
think. Hold on. Boys for Life asked the question, anyone worried on Davis' weight issue?
No.
Next.
No.
What are you talking about? His weight issue? Are you worried about his issue, Boys for Life?
Well, he ain't got one.
You worried about how much he gonna be laying on Dak in the backfield?
I think he was worried when he seen Jordan Davis saying he's the strongest guy on the team. That don't seem like he's having any kind of problems.
What kind of goofy question is that, bruh?
Yeah.
Anyone worried on Davis's weight issue? Like who is out here asking about his weight? He's gonna be a prime time weight once the season starts. Believe that, Boys for Life.
Y'all worry about that knee issue?
Go ahead, Notion, before he come in here and say something.
Oh, yeah. Facts. So with Shane Steichen again, we now got some clarity who's calling plays up in here in Philly. It definitely, makes me think who was calling plays at the beginning of the season, when we wasn't running the ball, doing none of that. Apparently, something changed to where, Steichen got some kind of duties to call plays during certain situations. Ultimately, Sirianni still has the ultimate call. So that's good to know also. He did lay that out there in his discussion that, yes, he's got a list of play sheets he calls, but ultimately, if Nick Sirianni wants a play ran, Nick Sirianni going to have that play ran. So it's good. I like having just one play caller. That means Jalen Hurts, hey, listen, he's only going to have one person in his ear. And the less confusion we've seen before when the Eagles had all these consultants and listen, it was an absolute disaster. Advisors, you call it what you want to call it. Too many people quarterbacks here. So to only have one, absolutely, I'm with that. It's good to know it's going to be Shane Steichen because if stuff ain't looking like it's right in the beginning of the season, we all know exactly who to look at and who to drop videos on. So that's where I'm at.
Yep. Trigger?
All right. So from what I've been reading, last year Nick Sirianni started the season off calling the plays, and I think Steichen took over like week 7. So
yeah,
I mean that's when our offense really started turning around. So I mean maybe this is a good thing for us because Nick Sirianni was a wide receiver. He wanted to air the football out. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to throw. Kind of like how Andy Reid was back in the day. So I mean this could be a good thing, man, because we really got more balance once I guess in that period when Shane Steichen took over, and then he got another year under his belt. So I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, I just want to see how this offense is going to be working now that we actually got some competent receivers out there, and I mean, we're gonna have mismatches, everything. So I mean, I just want to see how he dial this thing up, but I'm fine with it.
Yep. Per game.
Yeah, man. I think, like he even said in his interview, it's a collective effort on what plays get called. He goes, if Sirianni comes up to me and says he wants to see this, I'm going to call it. So I don't really feel like it's going to be much of a difference from the end of last year. and what goes on now. I just think now, like you said, Sirianni has more time to manage the football team as a whole, as opposed to having to focus on calling every play on offense. Trying to separate the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. When you're head coach, your job is to make sure everybody's rocking. And now he has that opportunity. Shane's looking to make his paycheck too, earn his paycheck too, and let him call some plays. So, like I said, I think during the week they're gonna all collectively put the plays on that play list. But at the end of the day, Shane's gonna start dialing them up, and I think we should see a lot more versatility in this offense with him doing it by himself.
I ain't
Exactly,
gonna lie,
man.
yo. I ain't gonna lie. Let's give it. We really got to give like a shout out to Nick Sirianni for that one
Yes, we
because
do.
Yeah.
coach's ego is everything. So I mean, for him to like look at his mistakes and try and kind of step back a little bit, like all right, I'm doing a little bit too much right now. I mean, let my coaches do their thing. I mean, a lot of coaches don't. That's how Doug burnt here. That's how Doug. That's why
Look how
Doug
long it
Peterson not
agreed
here.
to do it.
Yeah, that's why Doug Peterson not here right now because he was so stubborn. Like, I mean, we understand you the coach, but you don't have to control everything. That's why you got offensive coordinators, you got position coaches. Everybody is a collective effort. And for him to step back and do something like that, man, I commend dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm gonna pause on that real quick because I ain't commending nothing, honestly. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, Shane Steichen with me, I need to see, and honestly, with Sirianni too, I put him in the bucket also. I need to see consistency. Again, we
Right.
ain't seen none of that last year. So yeah, it looked good in little spurts, but can we stay consistent? Until I see consistency, I ain't giving Shane Steichen no. Look, it was good to see that we finally woke up to start recognizing we have a run game, but until I consistently see it, I ain't giving Steichen no flowers yet. I'm going to go ahead and salute the man for stepping up to the plate. I got some clarity now that if things ain't looking right, I know exactly who I'm looking at. I'm looking at Steichen because he's supposed to be calling these plays. So, again, I'm looking for consistency this year. If I see that, then everybody getting flowers. Cool. But, yeah, until I see us consistently, running the offense effectively, I ain't giving flowers to Steichen at all. No, sir.
No,
Exactly.
it wasn't the Steichen. It was more to Nick Sirianni. I mean, from stepping back and even giving that kind of power up. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I
gotcha.
said, look how long it took Andy Reid. Andy Reid had to get fired and then have a somewhat, not the season that they wanted in Kansas City before he decided to step down and let the enemy start, calling the shots on offense. Stepping back as the play caller and letting somebody else play call. Because guess what? If you put division together, you still got input on this offense. It still is, Andy Reid offense. Everybody knew that. But the fact that you can trust another man to call the plays you thought up, you drew up, but you can trust him to call them in the right situations because your mind might be off on the defense or might be off on the special teams or something like that, or your mind not thinking right in that particular moment of the game. So it's always good to have another person, right there that can handle the job. And plus, we gotta see, like you said, we gotta see what Shane can do. Both of these guys are young offensive coordinators. In terms of calling plays and whatnot. Let's see what either one of them does. It could be a benefit for the team, or it can be at least at the end of the year, if the plays aren't being called right, you can pinpoint, okay, now, we gave you your shot to call plays. I had my shot. I gave you your shot. Now I'm going to call plays again, or I'm going to go get me another offensive coordinator that can call my plays a lot better for us.
right.
But let me ask y'all fellas this real quick, because this is a critical year we're going into, fellas. Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of pressure is riding right now. Like Jalen Hurts, his time in Philadelphia is all on the back of Shane Steichen and these play calls. So does it make you nervous? Y'all let us know in the chat also. I mean, do y'all feel comfortable going into this year, with an evaluation year for Jalen Hurts? We know what it is. There ain't no excuses this year. But a lot of it's going to depend on the coaching. What plays are getting called? Are we giving Jalen Hurts plays to be successful? Are we just having him run the read option, play after play? So, I mean, again, I honestly can't tell you where my comfort level is. Again, I need to see consistency. That's where I'm at with it. So I'll have to revisit this come early in the season. But again, I mean, yeah, let me know, fellas, how y'all feel comfort-wise with, all this pressure with Jalen Hurts. It's going to
Like,
be
I feel like
held
like
by
I said,
70.
what
Go
I
ahead,
said before,
AC.
it's not even like the pressure is not even on Jalen no more. I don't feel like it's as much. Like obviously you got the starting quarterback pressure like any other starting quarterback. But in terms of like the pressure's really on these coaches. It's on the Gannons, it's on the Steichens, it's on the Nick Siriannis to make sure that they scheme up the right plays. You see the difference. A good play caller. Why they McVay have such great success. It's not really all because it's just the talent he has. He was able to do it with a lesser quarterback. He just didn't win the Super Bowl with a lesser quarterback. And then he got the quarterback that he needed to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It's about Drew Brees. Drew Brees didn't win no Super Bowl before he went to New Orleans. It was Sean Payton's offense that was scheming up Drew Brees to have wide open targets to keep continuously hitting. And that's a coach thing. And now that we have the team that we have this year, a team that's looking pretty dominating, man. Like I told you guys, I'm not even worried about the East. I'm talking about are we one of the best teams in the league, period. You know what I'm saying? If these young bucks come out there and do what they supposed to do, we're gonna be dominating for a while, because all those 1 year contracts gonna turn into real contracts. Everybody's wondering is Hobby's gonna save this money or not. You might be saving it just for that one reason. All these guys do show up and show out, and we have a nice young team to keep dominating for years to come.
Yeah, for me, let me add on this. For me, I agree. It ain't that much pressure on Jalen Hurts, but I'm gonna take a line from my guy BG31 because again, I watch Live and Lit and I watch Bird Brain, so I listen to you guys a lot. So I'm gonna take a line from BG, and when I say if Jalen Hurts don't succeed, we're in trouble.
Facts.
Like if Jalen Hurts don't succeed, like Fletcher Cox is put Fletcher Cox out to the side because we got Jordan Davis and Kobe D. But Brandon Graham is leaving soon. Lane Johnson's leaving. Kelsey, we got a guy for him, but Lane Johnson, we got some holes on this team. Pause. A lot of stuff on this team that we got to fix. And adding a quarterback with all that stuff in it and facing the Bills and stuff. Yes, Jalen Hurts got to face that team next year if he succeeds too. But the new quarterback also got to do that too. And you cannot send him to the Wolves with an almost completed roster. Sure, we got N'Kobe Dean. Sure, we got Cam Jernigan. Sure, we got Jordan Davis. But you're going to have to sign James Bradbury. You're going to
There's
have
a
to
lot of
sign.
pieces, man. You're talking about 6 to 9 starters not going to be here next year. So if you're hoping, you better hope that Jalen, like I said, we better pray that Jalen's that dude. Because our team, we're not going to have this feeling. And that's why I really get on people to really get excited about this team this year. Because we do have it now. It is right now in your face right now. This is the team you got to cheer for this year. So get behind these guys and root for these guys. And let's take it to that next level in terms of believing that we can do things that most people don't believe we can do. You know what I'm saying? This is that year because next year, like I said, if you got 6 starters to replace and you got 2 number 1 draft picks, only your first 2 rounds really are usually looked at to be coming in here to be starters. That's even if you got 2 and 1 in the second. That's only 3 new starters out of 6 that you're missing. So you're still playing behind the 8 ball. I know there's free agency. I know there's things like that, but that's more money. That's more things. The salary cap's going up. Players' contracts are going up. So you're not getting as much value for it. So if you did use both of those to go get a quarterback, to replace Jalen Hurts next year, we still got 6 holes to fill, with second, third, and 4th round picks. Like that's not going to be a good look for us, man. I'm telling you, especially with the season and the schedule we got this year. If we can't go dominate the way we need to dominate because we got the players to dominate this year, then we gonna have some problems, major problems.
I can see Trigger. I can see Trigger Trey face. Go ahead, Trey.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
No, I was just thinking like if the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, are on the same page, they don't trust each other, then we gonna get nothing out of this season. Like nothing at all.
There you
Because
go.
he gotta trust you to call the play, and Jalen Hurts gotta trust that he's gonna call the right play in that situation.
Absolutely.
So that's what off season, preseason, all that. That's what that's for. Even meeting rooms, stuff like that. So if Jalen don't trust Shane Steichen, we get nothing out this season. It don't matter because like we all say, Sean Payton brought that beast out of Drew Brees.
Yes,
Like
he did.
Sean Payton brought that beast out of Drew Brees because he watched him for years. He knew what he was getting when he came over there. I mean, if Shane Steichen don't do his research, we not getting nothing out of this season because the most important player on the field is the quarterback. So, I mean, that's all I really got to say about it.
Exactly.
So,
Go ahead, Notion.
no, my thing is this too, because I completely agree with everything both y'all fellas are saying. Like, honestly, looking at this year, right? Because we know this is a contract year. This is a contract year for a lot of players, actually. When you look at it,
Miles, Jalen.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be shelving out some money. So when you look at it in totality, right? Like usually these teams, I mean, I guess the Rams did it. I don't know how they get all these unlimited funds to be signing all these top dollar players, but usually once you start breaking big bank on quarterbacks and paying all these top dollars to running backs, that kind of limits your opportunity to start signing other people other places. So I mean, when you look at it, really the window is kind of right now.
Right now.
After next year, again, we don't know who's going to be on this team. We ain't nobody got no crystal ball. So at the same time, I mean, yes, it's got to be win now type of mentality. I mean, listen, if Jalen Hurts does enough damage, I do believe he's going to get like a contract come like mid-season.
Yeah.
And I don't honestly know. I mean, again, at least we'll know who our quarterback is. But Jalen Hurts is going to command some money. I'm going to tell y'all right now, that contract is about to
How
probably
much,
be.
though, Notion? How much?
So what was the last contract? Who got the last mega contract just recently?
Deshaun Watson?
What was Carr's deal?
So you talking something like Carr's deal? Well,
I think the close to Aaron Rodgers got 50. I know Patrick Mahomes got 45.
We talking close to 50 million almost a year is probably what he's going to be commanding. I mean, that's what Dak already commanding 40 plus. It ain't going to do nothing but keep going up. So,
yeah.
I mean, again, you start looking at all the cap issues, all of that stuff. It's going to be hard to assemble a Super Bowl roster once we got to make that decision. So, honestly, right now, we got to make moves right now.
Unless he's smart and pulls like a Tom Brady where you can pay him the top 10. I know we say a lot of quarterbacks ain't built like that, but we can't say that Jalen wouldn't be built like that. It's really smart. Like, you got to realize taking less money on your contract to make sure you have a team is also going to get you more endorsement deals. If you got a legit team, you got to win in football games, you're going to definitely get more money advertisement. People are you're going to make up that money that you're not taking that contract to win football games. Tom Brady did it for a long time, a long time. And he won a lot of championships doing it that way. So maybe Jalen Hurts can be that different breed quarterback and, understand that I can be a $30 million, $35 million a year quarterback and still win Super Bowls. But it all can come down to this year. What happens this year when you're not getting paid that? Can you actually get over the hump? Because that's the only time you really got room to talk about making that legit money. I feel like if you ain't won no Super Bowl, if you ain't at least made it to the NFC Championship, you don't got no right to talk about I need to come out here and make $40-50 million as a quarterback. I really think there needs to be a quarterback salary cap limit in terms of that. Because if you ain't won no real games, then what you talking about? What we
You gotta look at it like this too, though. Jalen Hurts not supposed to be in this situation yet right now. I mean, so I mean he don't got no ties to Philly at all. So I mean, all the little team stuff and we should take Philly deals. No, give me my money. Like no,
but the team done for you.
This was gonna happen, right?
With people that do bigger, so you can grow. So you kind of do got to do it because your talent. What happened if Howard is like, no, I'm not gonna go get your best friend. I'm gonna freaking chill out. You're gonna have to deal with Pascal, Quez, and Smith. He could have did that route. Then I can understand him not wanting to take a team friendly deal. But I think the team is being very friendly to him by adding people that he wanted to get added and also beefing up that defense to make it easier for you to win these football games.
But still, though, you got to still look at it like this. His agent coming to the table, not Jalen Hurts. His agent coming to the table. You deserve this. You deserve that.
Respect the lady.
One of the closest dudes to you. This dude, what? He but he damn near cracked 4,000 yards last year. He come out and he hoop this year. It ain't gonna be no excuse for y'all not to give me this paper. So I mean, like I said, we got like this, like Notion, like Cool Cat was saying, we gotta do something special this year because next year, I don't care how much we love Jalen Hurts, he love the city of Philadelphia. That paper gonna come first. That paper gonna come. Look at Dak Prescott. He been in Dallas for years. He know they love him. He said, y'all ain't about to shirt change me. I need all that paper.
Exactly.
It don't
He
work
came
like
out
that.
and just said, "You either
It
But
don't work
I
like
think it'll
that.
be different though if we go out and we win a bowl, or we get close to winning it, like we make it to the NFC Championship. Because it'll be different. Dak ain't
Let me
never
answer that, Trey. Let me answer that. Because let me answer that. Let me answer that. If he wins the Super Bowl this year, I'm not saying we might, because I don't want to put no pressure or jinx on the chick head. I'm hoping, like BG always says, I'm hoping and I'm confident. I just don't want to say because I'm. But when it comes to that, if that happens, pay him whatever the heck he wants. You don't gotta buy up. If that happens this year, with everything going on, if you can get past your bad awful division and this easy favorable, I'm not forget I said that, this favorable conference and get to the bowl and win it, pay him whatever the heck he wants.
But and
Pay
to
him
that
whatever
point,
the heck he
I'm
wants.
saying if you go win a Super Bowl, you already realize this team was put together right, and you guys are on that path to become something great. It wouldn't be about just winning this one Super Bowl or even making it to the NFC Championship this one year. It'll be about, okay, I'm gonna take some money, but I'm gonna want to keep this team together so we can keep riding out because I know we can win championships. Like I said, championships bring you more money than your little $15-20 million you're taking off the top, to stay with the team.
Hey Cole, hold on. I'm gonna let you respond, Trey. Cole, none of us says we're winning the Super Bowl this
I
year.
am.
BG is the only one who's saying we're winning the Super Bowl this year. The rest of us, we're getting close. We're
No,
well, some
we
of us
contending. Hey, listen, we definitely contending harder than Dallas is contending. Y'all sleep this
exactly.
off season. So yeah, we know Cole. Listen, talking about we know we're close to a Super Bowl. We closer than y'all. I'm gonna put it like that. So
All
you
right,
know
go
the
ahead
vibes, man.
and respond, Trey, so I can talk about AJ Brown. And y'all, I will let y'all in a few minutes because y'all getting spicy in the chat, and I like it. Go ahead, Trey, respond.
I said.
Spicy.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, see me, I'm from Philadelphia. So if I was
Him, not just you, Trey,
Jalen
not
Hurts,
just you.
if I was Jalen Hurts and y'all still gonna pay me a nice amount of money and y'all gonna put a team around me that, I mean, I know we're gonna be contending for Super Bowls for years, I'll take it. I'm from Philly. I'll take the hometown
Not
discount.
just you. Hiya, people.
Jalen Hurts not from here.
Yeah,
Like, he not from here. He don't have no ties to Philadelphia, like at all.
he from
No
Tech. He
ties.
from Tech.
But how many other players not from here still represent? Zach Ertz wasn't from Philadelphia, but Zach Ertz loved it here.
But Zach Ertz, you know how much blood, sweat, and tears Zach Ertz had to put in for him to even get to that point where, I mean, he's a household name in Philadelphia. Everybody loves Zach Ertz. It's different. I mean,
Everybody,
Jalen Hurts been
Jalen.
here, like, he been here, 3 years? He started for 2. Next year it'll be like really his 3rd year playing. He ain't as dug in as Zach Ertz was. That's why Zach Ertz was taking them discounts and stuff, because he actually wanted to stay here. We don't know if Jalen Hurts actually want to be here. Zach Ertz poured his heart out every interview. Oh, I love Philadelphia. I'm staying here for the rest of my career.
Hey,
But unfortunately, he got traded.
but can you say that we do know that Jalen Hurts want to be here? Because all this hype, you see what these players are doing this year. When they don't want to, they hear all this hype about you not being good. They don't like the situation they're in. They feel like the environment around them don't love and support them. They want to roll. They're like, hey, I want out. I'm about to
Hey,
be out
listen,
this piece.
it's
You
not
know what I'm
even
saying?
about.
Let
It's
me
not
Go ahead,
go.
even about
Nelson.
feelings. Like it's about honestly, like these players are out here trying to get the financial bag to set their
Mm-hmm.
futures up. They ain't worrying about no feelings and listen, I'm gonna take the home discount to make everybody feel good. No, they're not. Honestly, like these players are trying to make
Have
sure.
y'all seen what Aaron Donald got paid?
I'm just saying, like, I'm coming on record right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I'd like to know y'all fellas also your thoughts
Go
on
ahead.
it. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Jalen Hurts does succeed this year, and he ended up getting his bag, Miles Sanders is gone.
Mm-hmm.
If we get rid of Jalen Hurts, we might find a way to keep Miles Sanders, but I don't think we're keeping both. That's my hot topping break right now. I think we're going to have some financial decisions to make up in here. If we keeping Jalen, he's going to ask for a bag. I don't think it's going to be no home discounted rate. And if that's the case, Miles is probably going to be looking expendable.
But like we said, even with the whole, Tom Brady thing, it wasn't that he got a crappy contract. He was still one of the highest paid quarterback. You're just not the highest rate. You're not trying to set the market there. That's the difference. I feel like with a winning team, especially if Miles does decide he want to break out this year, stay healthy, break out and earn his contract, I think that they both would go into next year knowing that they are better with each other than without each other. And they both take good money, but not top 3, top 5 money.
I hope that's the case, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I hope that's the case.
Because
Yeah,
really,
I hope
that when it comes down to the money thing, most people, I'm not saying all of them, but most people just want to be feeling like they're about to win some football games at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to be on those crappy team. And if they got to stay on a crappy team, guess what? You're going to pay me to stay here. You know what I'm saying? So if these guys go out there and they ball out and they realize that they help each other, Jalen Hurts helped Miles Sanders getting open for all these yards that he's putting up. Miles Sanders taking pressure off Jalen Hurts to make sure his receivers are wide open when he's passing, because every time Miles gets the ball, he's scoring touchdowns. Playing off each other, I can see both of them doing that to stay together.
exactly. Read some of these comments. Y'all remember this though. Brady always restructured his contract to keep the dudes on the team, and I feel that's what Hurst will do when the man gets his money. We'll see. I hope he does. Now
We
let's
feel
talk.
like whatever we want to feel like, though. I mean, we ain't in that man head.
But you see what kind of leader he is. You see what kind of teammate he is. You see how unselfish he is. I'm not saying that Hurst won't want the bag either, but I will say that that is a smart move. If you want to be legendary, it's not about just getting a bag no more. Look how many Super Bowls Aaron Rodgers had. He's legendary because he was gifted enough to be able to throw the ball from any part of the field anytime he wanted to. Jalen Hurts probably won't ever get to that eliteness in throwing the ball. So if you want to, be legitimate, it's about Jalen Hurts winning football games. It's about Jalen Hurts winning playoff games. It's about Jalen Hurts winning Super Bowls. And if that's really if he realizes he'll make more money in the long term doing something like that, I think that he'll be dumb not to.
What's up, Coach Scante? Welcome to Broad Street.
The coach, what's up,
good,
bro?
y'all? What's up, man? Shout out to all of y'all. Let me in all the time, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man,
yeah, remember, y'all, everybody on this chat, everybody that comes on the show, y'all family. Even if some of our families are street rat cowboy fans, y'all family.
Right. We love them.
Yeah, they just
y'all
lost.
family.
We'll bring them back home.
Drop the link.
Exactly. So while we got Coach Scante here, let's talk about the comments from A.J. Brown talking about Slay and Devontae Smith. Here's the clip.
What are your early thoughts on Slay there? Oh, man. As I started today, I had to break up a pass from Slay because if he'd had an interception, I wasn't going to hear the last of it. But, yes, man, he's a all-pro caliber corner. Him and Bradbury, man. So the work that they're going to give us at practice, we'll be more than ready game time because of the corners we face every day.
If you think about playing with Julio last year, Davis, even going back to DK, what's the importance of the receiver on the other side of you? How does that help you?
It takes the pressure off the other guy. Like I'm just say if we're playing and I probably take Slay because he's cornerback number 1 or whatever, and I go against him, and that gives another really talented receiver to go against a cornerback number 2. So it takes pressure. In my opinion, Smitty is a wide receiver 1, and he going against a cornerback number 2. Like I expect Smitty to dominate, So just taking pressure off each other, and even being on the same size, so you can't really double, or so. That's great having another great wide out beside you.
Where'd Trigger go? There he is.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So, let's call the Coach Dante since you were our first guest on Broad Street. What's your thoughts on AJ Brown's comments and how dominant will he and Devontae Smith be?
I mean, again, the first what impressed me about AJ Brown for what he said Devontae Smith is wide receiver one because he was last year wide receiver one for this team. So that means when you have a guy like that that's coming in that is a wide receiver one on his own with the Tennessee Titans, that means, like I said again, he's taking a back seat to him a little bit. He's still gonna get it. He recognized when he's coming on this team that he's trying to do his job. He's gonna do his job the best way he could. He knows Devontae Smith is wide receiver number one. He's not trying to come in and say, hey, I'm wide receiver number one. He has to go to wide receiver number two because, like I say, that's the ultimate team player. That's the ultimate team player. So he just been an ultimate team guy. Just that's the leadership up out of him. Knowing that Devontae Smith is that good and knowing that's a great receiver. When you know a great receiver when you see one, and that's just him being an ultimate team player and just coming in and letting people know how easy it is going to be for this wide receiving core and stuff like that. So again, he's right, man. Like you can't double anybody. He's going to be Devontae Smith is going to be guarded by most number twos because most number ones going to be guarding AJ Brown. So that's going to open up a lot for Devontae Smith to pretty much have a solid year. How big? I don't know, but he's going to have a great year. He should feast off them number twos. And get his against them number twos because every DB1 is gonna guard AJ Brown because how physical and how talented he is. So that's gonna open up a lot of plays for Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins and Pascal, who's really, really good as well. But I like his leadership, man, the way that he brought that out and saying, hey, he's the wide receiver number one, man. I'm just going to come in and do my job. And just only having me up in here takes more pressure off him and takes the double teams away from him. So, I like what he said.
Yeah. What's up, Awesome Sports? Welcome to Broad Street.
Awesomeness was happening.
What's up, man? What's up, everyone?
Hey, just to let you know.
They're trash.
Hey, let you know, your Commanders are garbage. Don't even
the same thing as your team every year. Talk about we're going to
Didn't we sweep you last year?
Commanders, stop it.
We swept you guys last year. No room to talk.
You may have swept us last year, but this is this year, my friend, and it's coming.
And we're way better than we were last year.
Y'all got a quarterback reject over there. Stop playing, Awesomeness. Stop playing right now. Look, y'all know the best. And I'm giving y'all more credit than y'all probably give yourselves this year, but I got y'all coming in second place. So y'all should be happy with that in the division. Second place, Washington. Y'all got it.
Exactly. Go ahead, talk about what AJ Brown said. So, are AJ Brown and Devontae Smith the most going to be? How dominant will those two be? Go ahead, Notion.
So, of course, I do think they're going to put in their work. But when I hear that, I'm thinking the underlying things there. So I'm kind of like with my man. Hold up, what did he say? My man Randall to Handle Sports Talk. Salute to my guy here. He says, listen, some teams have decent two cornerback sets. It's actually going to come down to who's option number 3 and 4, wide receiver number 3, and tight end. So I'm exactly riding on that. What's Quez Watkins about to be doing? This man's about to be lined up against a cornerback number 3 or a linebacker possibly. Oh, that's about to be a matchup nightmare in itself. And then who's covering Dallas Goedert? Everybody didn't act like, our tight end is not a receiving option either. So this just reaps benefits on the whole offense. Starting from, if you want to go ahead and double AJ Brown, Devontae Smith is going to eat. If y'all want to try to, throw something special on AJ and
you're hearing this awesomeness?
Oh, yeah. She already. Hey, look, Washington, y'all already know y'all have nothing, no kind of secondary help to stop what we got coming for y'all. So, look, y'all don't even worry about that, Washington. We're going to handle
it. We just took y'all best nickel corner, too. So, what y'all got coming for us over there? We just took y'all best nickel corner, bro.
Awesome.
I tried to be quiet, but now I got to talk.
I'm about
to wrap this up, bro. Again, this just opens up the whole offense as a whole. Again, all the receivers, anybody that can catch the ball pretty much should be having options to eat. So, Again, I'm even going to be looking at Rager this year, expecting higher he's going to be covered by one of the sorriest cornerbacks probably on the team. So if he's not beating that kind of coverage, he don't need to be in the NFL, in my opinion. But we're going to find out. This man was a first-round draft pick, so he better do something. So at the end of the day, hey, listen, A.J. Brown just coming here, it opens up the options for everybody. Wide receiver number 3, the tight end, the running back should eat. Everybody should eat in the passing game, and you can't just eye or key on one player. So that's how I feel. And I think AJ's ready.
That is interesting because I really feel like we could be sleeping, and Quest could have the biggest share of all these guys. Quest can really have the biggest share of all these guys. Quest is dangerous. We've seen Quest get missed a lot last year. We've seen Quest open a lot last year. This guy's about to go. He was going against 1s and 2s last year too. He's about to go drop all the way down to 3s and 4s, covering them. This guy can really have an amazing season, and be our leading receiver just off of that fact alone. Like, I don't think it'll ever get to the point where you can stop, trying to put your coverage on Devontae or Brown. You're going to always have to keep your coverage on those guys, and that means he's going to always have that. And then you got Goddard, too, because right now, Quest is the 4th. Goddard comes before Quest in terms of this offensive game plan. You heard him talking about it. Like, Goddard's right there at the 3rd spot. So now you're like, Quest is like at the 4th option, man. Like, he can be. He can eat. Like Jeremiah said, full stomach, man. Full stomach. And this guy's about to ball out. And he can literally easily be with less receptions than the top 2, but more yards than all these guys because of what he does and what he brings to the football field.
Yep, Trigger.
I think the best thing about this is it don't really have to be a number 1, number 2 wide receiver. They go hand in hand. I don't feel like Devontae Smith is as explosive as A.J. Brown. I feel like everything else he brings to the table is a little bit better. So, it don't really got to be no number 1, number 2 type situation, man. We just going to put these receivers out there and somebody going to eat. Somebody going to eat. We could call it what we want it, when we want to call it, but also, bro, we could also look at Dallas Goedert as a wide receiver. We can split him out too. The way they can mix and match this situation right here, it should be nasty if our offensive coordinator is, doing what he's supposed to do. So, bringing A.J. Brown over here, it's going to get scary, man, if Jalen Hurts out there slinging that rock like how he's supposed to, because everything don't have to be deep. You can put the football in these dudes' hands and just let them work after the catch. So, it's going to – I can't wait to see how it's going to look.
Exactly.
And I want to hear people always say, like, Tom Brady goes all these, like, 10-yard passes, 7-yard passes, 15-yard passes. Like, Jalen Hurts can do the same thing this year and thrive throughout the whole year. Just nickel and diming these guys down the field and letting his playmakers do their thing and score these touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't got to – like, I feel like everybody saying, like, it feels like Jalen needs to be the Tom Brady, the Aaron Rodgers, the one putting these 4,500 yards up. He don't really got to do all that to be, a legit elite quarterback in this league, because he does have a dynamic those guys don't have. And that's his legs. And I don't ever want to take that away from him. I want him to keep that, and maybe not run so much, but keep that, because that is another dimension to the offense that you can say you got that other most starting quarterbacks don't got. And that's the fear of me running. And as long as you keep that fear, teams gonna have to be on notice every game, throughout the season.
That's true. The only downside though.
The Giants. I'm sorry, Notion. The Giants are not a sleeper. The Giants are not a sleeper. They're a 4th place team. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones is not it. And Awesomeness Sports, I know you can hear me when I say, why are you holding a WWE championship belt when you're not even Roman Reigns?
I ain't win
My
nothing.
team is still better than yours. Enjoy it. Acknowledge the goddamn Commanders, sucker. Now, can you dig it?
Hey, Awesomeness. Hey, I got a question.
That'd be awesome, but I do not dig it.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to Awesomeness.
I just want to know from Awesomeness, though, because I know we got it in the chat, but how do you feel about your quarterback, Carson Wentz?
Quarterback, baby, real legit. That's all I gotta say. It's
Real legit.
I'm happy. I'm happy. At least we got a quarterback. Yes. I thought this team was
You gonna send
going
us
to
a
get
thank
Russell
you letter?
Wilson, but hey, it's okay. Next
Okay.
player on. And Giants, please, no, don't even talk either. Y'all still have Danny Dimes out there, so
Any food stamps around here.
yeah,
I
Danny
give
Dimes,
Carson
yeah.
that he better than Daniel Jones for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week on the show, we're gonna have another roundtable featuring the Washington Commanders because awesomeness, you got to come in. We're gonna have some other Washington fans in because
We need to put
until we get
together
to
an NFC
preseason,
East roundtable on B.O.B.S. Broad Street.
when next week we can do that too. We can do that.
I hit up Okoye, see if maybe we can both, me and the Notion can hit up Tuck, see if maybe he can get Tuck up on there. We
Yeah, we
got
can have two
we got
Cowboy
some
fans. We
commanders.
can have two.
I know Protect, Big
Yeah,
Simple,
yeah.
Corey from
Woo!
War. They're all legit and down to work with us. So let's get a nice NFC East roundtable going. Let's
Hell
hear what
yeah.
Next week,
I think we could do that.
you heard from BG31. Next week, we're going to have an NFC East roundtable. We're going to have the Cowboys, Washington, and Giant fans all in here because until we get to preseason on the show, it'll be call-ins and roundtables. So just to let y'all know, just until we can think of something. So the bond of this team, man, I love what I'm seeing from this team when it comes to the bond. I mean, listen to how A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts are acting in a ballpark. I mean, listen. Get your popcorn ready. Tell Micah Parsons he can get this. What's your thoughts on the confidence and the swagger of this team, man? How y'all feeling about it? Notion Gang, you first.
My confidence in the swagger of this team?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on contending swagger, my guys. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like,
Randall, welcome to Broad Street, by the way. What's up, Randall?
Salute to my guy Randall in this thing. Oh yeah,
sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, all right, look. Pretty much the swagger this year is on contender swag mode. So right now, again, we see the moves that we're making. These are win now moves. And if you ain't feeling like they are, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Again, I'm confident in this team. I've seen enough to tell me that at least I'm seeing Jalen Hurts continue to grow. That's all I expect. We're now putting pieces around this man to help him. Oh yeah, the swag mode right now is on continue. So that's where I'm at with my swag mode on this team.
Swag.
Exactly.
Why are you worried about part? I think he's just sending a message to you cowgirls and letting you know that even though Micah Parsons tore it up last year, he ain't worried about none of that. It's the difference. The difference, Devontae Smith going over that middle where you worry about, Michael Parsons hitting them. Then AJ Brown. AJ Brown's a big boy. He ready for it. He letting Parsons know that if you plan on being a real linebacker, not a defensive end, if you plan on being a real linebacker, you have to guard me this year, and I promise you it ain't gonna be nice for you.
Exactly. Bergen, your thoughts on the swagger and the confidence of this team? They playing baseball together. They doing pool together. They going to Celtics game. What's your thoughts on the brotherhood and confidence of this team?
I really feel like it's the most unified team we've ever had. For real. Like, in terms of this part of the season, like, we still got months before football. What do you say, Trey?
No,
I said ever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Like, this is the most name another ever that was more talented than this team right now and doing things.
Trey, I'll let you respond. Go ahead, Bergen, because I can see Trey's face. Think it over, Trey. Go ahead, Bergen.
Because it is that part of the show where it's time for me to let you know. Bring it. Because when have you seen a better team? And when did you, even that team in 07, like, you didn't see all this as much. You didn't see as much as what you do. Maybe because social media wasn't as big then. Who knows? But you didn't see all this bonding so early in the process. You didn't see all these guys, really out there trying to work for a common goal so early in the process.
I mean,
Go ahead, Trey.
yeah, Trey on pause with that. He like,
I'm ready for
Go
it.
ahead.
I know he
Go
about
Go
to.
ahead,
ahead.
Trey.
Go ahead.
Start us
I'm
off,
ready,
man.
Trey.
Start us off. Go
Come
ahead.
on, Cletus.
No, go ahead, Notion.
oh, you
No,
already know.
man,
I'm
no.
kind of
Go ahead,
Man,
like
Notion.
you
no.
for a minute.
Wait. He not just pass the mic.
Hey,
No,
look,
hell no. We're not letting him pass the mic. You gonna get up on here.
I
You
can't
gonna make
agree
up
with
fight.
ever. Just because, listen, these are professional athletes. They better be bonding. They better be doing something to stay on par with each other. But I mean, ever though, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't seen
But
all
if you
season
can't give me a
where
time, man, you
you
can't
listen when we
give
had
me
Carson.
forever.
When we had Carson, I mean, he was doing things, in the off season to get players together and all of that, and taking people
After we
hunting.
capped on
They
him.
were going hunting. They was doing
After
all
we
that.
capped on him.
What happened?
After we capped on him was when Carson started doing all that stuff. Because
I mean,
Carson
I'm
was
just saying.
always, and he still is that same guy. That's not that team-friendly guy that you can go do everything with because he was, about down with what he was down with. So during that time, there was only a couple of players like the Zach Ertz's, the Nick Foles is, that they all shared the same belief that were really hanging out. He didn't have the whole team on swag like that. Like Hurts got the whole team on swag.
I mean,
Like
I agree. I agree again. Like Jalen
Yes,
Hurts
man.
does have this team together, but as far as saying this is the first team ever that's bonded like this, I don't know if I could agree with that take. I don't know,
All right,
but
go ahead,
Trey
Trey.
Rock, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Trey. We'll get to awesomeness and Dante next because awesomeness up here laughing like you guys something to laugh about because you got Carson Wentz. So go ahead, Trey. We'll deal with you in a minute. Awesomeness. Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I know, Trey. I know. Go ahead. I know.
BG, come on, bro. He said ever. Like these dudes only been together for like a few months, for real, for real.
but it
And
happened.
I mean, like you said, quarterbacks always they really always try to gather their team around. It's not nothing new around the NFL. So I mean, we can't act like we ain't never see stuff like this. Like going to basketball games, baseball games, stuff like it. They do stuff like that.
But even
Derek
like you
Carr took
heard
his
Galen
whole
said, him and Smitty and AJ was just gonna go to the game, and then with Lurie, because Lurie was a big Celtics fan. But then it turned out like 12, 13 of them went to the game together because they all wanted to come in and bond together. Like I'm just saying, in terms of the talent, with this many stars on the roster, when have you really seen all of them gelling like this early in the process?
I mean, I think this was like Derek Carr, like third year in the league. He took his whole football team to the Warriors championship game. So it's like then you
Derek
see
Carr,
this around, and I don't
Eagles.
care about none of this for real. For real. I want to see what y'all gonna do on the field. I don't care about none of this. Y'all could go bowling. Y'all could do whatever y'all want, and go 0-16. Like no, that don't mean nothing, bro. It's all about gelling on the field, and we can't tell if this
That's
team
right.
really gelling until we see them on the field.
Exactly, Coach Dante.
Hey, J Rock. Hey, I definitely 1000% agree with you, man. Like I say, on the field, off the field, chemistry is different. That doesn't mean you're gonna have it on the field. Now, I like with everybody going to games, getting to know each other, and getting that chemistry off the field. But
And
it
by the
doesn't
way,
on the field
before
is
I let
very
you finish,
different. Go
Coach
ahead.
Dante, Coach, before I let you finish, that was Devontae Smith baseball game that he invited the whole crew to. So that was Devontae Smith baseball game that he let everybody in. So go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, on the field, chemistry is very different than the off the field different. Off the field and stuff like that. So again, I agree with one Trey Rock, man. I think it's good to always bond and have fun together. But again, on the field is totally different. And like I said, I want to see it on the field. Off the field is good to get chemistry, but on the field is way totally different.
My rebuttal to that
Exactly.
is they have played. They're all going into the same system 2 years in a row. So they already got the chemistry. Only one is AJ Brown in terms of the offense side. Really, it's getting AJ Brown all swagged up with these guys, and him and Jalen Hurts are best friends. And they say that they play catch every year. So it's not like they ain't got no chemistry. They coming in higher than what it would be like if we would have picked up a Christian Kirk or Allen Robinson. One of these. They're already higher than that off the jump, just from it being their best friends. So.
Hey, like Trey Rock said, it better translate to the field. It better translate to the field. Again,
97 days till we find out, Notion. Go ahead.
Facts. No, I was just gonna say, I mean, you can't deny that is something that Nick Sirianni has brought over to the Eagles. I mean, that's one of the things I do like. I like the bonding element and all of that stuff. I mean, he's got them being competitive, playing hoops and shooting free throws and having singing contests, things like that. But at the same time, it got to translate to the field regardless. So, I mean, I'm kind of like Trey also. I really don't care about all of this. I mean, they should be bonding. They're professional athletes getting paid millions of dollars. They should be bonding and getting together on page to make sure it translates to the field. And that's what I want to see also.
And the best way, the easiest way for it to translate in the field is by being guys that you're familiar with. You heard Michael Vick. I don't know if you guys watched when he had his top 10 or top 7 mobile quarterbacks. Obviously he was number 1. But he was like, what really got me was I was able to play backyard football on the field in the NFL. I was able to do what I did in backyard football. So when I came to the field, it was that much easier. When you bring more people that you're more familiar with and more, gravitated to work hard for. You heard AJ Brown say his first press conference that he goes, it's different now because he is my best friend. So I'm going to go to bat for him. And I'm going to make sure that I do what I can to make sure that he is successful. It's not about individuals being good for themselves anymore. It's about them putting it on the line for their brother. You see the same thing with Maya Lotta and Landon Dickerson when they talked about them two. They're like, yeah, we're like brothers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's like he's building that culture of straight unity, and no matter what. And it's like you can be a average football team with unity and win the Super Bowl. But when you're a skilled football team with unity, that's when you dominate the league. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's 100% guarantee we're going to dominate, but I believe that this is that year of domination.
Okay,
exactly. Coach, before we wrap up, Coach, let's Awesomeness Sports. What's going on in Washington, D.C.? What's going on in OTAs for you guys?
Nothing.
There's something.
What
y'all
doing, Awesomeness?
Oh, man.
Carson Wentz, Sam Howell. They're doing well. Sam Howell is doing well, as you can see in the videos. He's been doing well.
Hey, that's gonna make Carson so nervous. Hey, I did want to ask the panel a real quick question also.
Go ahead, Nathan. We've got some time to kill. Go ahead.
This is a good question from Shonsky here. I wanted to make sure we got to this here.
Yeah.
I understand this concern. I mean, but yeah, I'd like to get everybody's take on it. But it says here, Shonsky, salute. Serious question. Are you folks worried we could be in a Dallas situation? Great team with a slightly above average quarterback. Dak has everything and won nothing. And I think Hurts is basically Dak. Thoughts?
No, because we showed without having a team last year we could make it to the playoff and win 9 games.
Dallas did that too.
Yeah.
For me, go ahead, Trey.
No, I was just saying that really don't mean nothing. Like, I mean, Dak Prescott been in the playoffs, I think, like 3 times out of the years he was there, probably 3-4 times.
I think he's been like twice.
He's been there 4 times.
He's been there like 3-4 times.
He's 3-1 in the playoffs. He's been in now 4 times, so he's 3-1.
Yeah.
So, Giants, look, y'all just
1-3.
1-3.
I gotta say 3-1. Hell no.
1-3.
Daniel Jones sucks. Okay, Mr. John's pride. You know better. You know better than that last season. Remember what happened week 2? And the other week from 3-9, remember from Mr. Joe Judge? Huh? What happened to that exactly?
Hey, what's funny is, we got this whole rivalry going on right now. We got the Eagles and the Cowboys going neck and neck. Hey, we really ain't even worried about Washington and Dallas for real.
Exactly.
Not worried about these
But
guys
Washington
either.
and the Giants look like y'all going back and
We
forth.
got the
trying to see
basement
who's in
boys
last place.
talking back and forth to each other.
Exactly. We're not even awesomeness sports. We're gonna let you go because we're about to wrap up here soon. So we'll talk to you next time.
All right, man. Talk to you next time,
Hey,
man.
salute
All
awesomeness.
right.
Hey,
Trash.
your team
All right,
stinks and so
awesomeness.
does Carson.
And
Yeah.
your team sucks, and Jalen Hurts sucks.
Trash.
Boy.
Bye, awesomeness.
Trash,
Go
man.
before I keep you on here longer.
Trash.
Press the button. Gee. Anyway, that's enough talking about Washington. And guys, listen, OTAs is almost over. We're on our way to training camp. Training camp, I was going to say this, but with all the good topics that we had, it's like this. July 26th is when training camp begins, and that's when we'll really know. We'll really know what the heck is going on with this team. And also, August the 7th, open practice will be here. I'm going to the link. I will record. I will be live stream. Yep, I will be live streaming there. And guys, don't complain about the stream because I can't zoom and stuff on StreamYard. I can't do it. So no, don't complain. But Coach Dante, any final thoughts before we get ready to go, man? Thanks for coming in.
I mean,
Looking at
always, man.
ready?
Always, man. Thank y'all. I want to just thank y'all so much for having me come on, man. So, like I say, man, I just appreciate you, man, for having me on, and y'all welcome me, in here to talk football, man.
Oh, yeah, Coach, it's going to be a fun day. I think I got it on the calendar, brother. I think it's, November 3rd? Oh, yeah. We see them Texans, my boy.
Oh, yeah,
It's about
Coach.
to be
Oh,
a
yeah,
fun game.
Coach. By the way, Coach,
It's gonna be a
before we
fun
let you go, I will say that when it comes to the Texans, when we get to the Texans game, we will have you on. You will be a special guest. I want to let you know.
Hey, it's fine, man. It's fine with me, man.
Hey, you
Yep.
already
With
know.
that, guys,
Texans
You know-
still
next
the best
week.
team in Texas.
Wait. You know what I'm thinking about too?
Go
The
ahead.
fact that the Eagles had the least amount of practices. One or two teams that only chose to practice 6 times, right? And
Yep.
none of them were mandatory for these guys, but you still see the guys out there. Like these guys are putting in the effort and putting in the work. You guys really need to really take notice on some of the little things with this football team.
Exactly.
Like they don't have to be there, and they're there. These some good players out there working hard to make sure they can bring a high quality football team to us this year. So I just want to make sure everybody understands we need to back our football team this year. Even if it means you saying we the best at wherever you want to say we're the best at. Because for real, you look at our roster from top to bottom, there's not very many holes there. There's not everybody wants to say is Epps a hole or is he not a hole? Because some people like Epps, some people don't like Epps. Some people like our safety situation, some people don't like our safety situation. But at the end of the day, that's the only part that you can really, diagnose and dig in on. You got to realize you got a team this year. And it's up to the coaches to get us in that position to win these football games. But when you're just talking about the offseason and the talent that we got, the Eagles are about to destroy some teams.
Man, we ain't got no players fighting over contracts this offseason. It's good. It's good stuff. We ain't got no holdouts. You know what I'm saying? What, Dallas, I think they struggling right now. They got Schultz holding out or something, ain't showing up to camp. We ain't really got that in Philly. So, that's a good point, Bergang.
Exactly. And listen, I don't know who you is, Ready Red. I actually live in Philly. I record at the link sometimes. I actually live
I
here
love when you do
along
those
with Trick.
videos. That's why I want to move there. I want to do videos in front of
I like doing recorded at the link. I got the
so
4 on
personal.
tail.
Like you're right in front of E-Rock do them in front of the link too. And it's like, whoa, you guys are literally right there. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm walking right next to the link, and I record at the link. I got the 4th of June tailgate this season. I actually live here. I know some people up here. People, hello. This is really my city. And speaking of which, we're gonna head out. We're gonna leave Broad Street. We're gonna bring Street Rats, Awesomeness Sports, and Giant Babies up in here.
Giant
So y'all,
Dookie Nation.
Exactly. So with Coach Dante, with Trigger Trey, with BG31, I am your boy, Busy Miss Cool Cat County YouTube representing the Birds. Hopefully I'm more live and lit and Bird Brain this week.
You
Notion
will
Gang
be.
send it home.
Notion.
You
Tomorrow.
already know.
It's just Cool Cat. You can be the guest tomorrow.
Oh, you
There
already
you
know,
go.
brother.
There
We
you
in
go.
there. Y'all
There
make
you
sure
go.
y'all catch my guy Cool Cat. We doing a live and lit tomorrow night. So
Live
y'all
and
already know
lit.
we gonna turn it up a notch on the live and lit show. So y'all make sure y'all there for that. But hey, listen, y'all already know we
And I love you guys.
Hey, you already know, man. It's all love up in here. Hey, to the whole Eagle Nation, y'all know what this year is. It's time to go say it with your chest. We contending for something. Whether y'all want to accept it or not, the Eagles have made moves that says we are trying to win now. And the division can't stand it. But it's all good. But y'all have yourselves a safe and fantastic Eagles day. It's always fly, Eagles, fly. And until
next
time, y'all
time,
know what it is. Go keep
no,
the
keep the
notion.
notion.
Yes, sir.
Like
To become